the world's biggest stars, all in one room, each showcasing a statement not just in fashion, but in culture. The 2025 Met Gala wasn't just a night of glittering gowns and sharp tuxedos. No, this year was different. This was the moment when the art of fashion collided with identity, and each look was a chapter in the bigger story of who these icons really are. So buckle up, because we're diving deep into the fashion choices that made headlines. No fluff, no filler, just the truth behind the clothes. What does fashion say about a person? Is it just about the fabric, or is it about the story that comes with it? Well, today we're not just looking at clothes, we're analysing the psychology behind these outfits and the cultural impact each one had. Want to see how style shapes the narrative? Let's get started. Let's begin with Rihanna. Every time she steps onto a carpet, she creates an aura of power. This year, it was no exception. Her Marc Jacobs custom suit wasn't just a suit. It was a proclamation. Oversized yet structured, dramatic but controlled. This look screamed one thing: authority. From the deep, rich colors to the sharp lines, this wasn't a woman just attending an event. This was a statement. Rihanna owns every room she walks into, and her outfit told us exactly that. Now let's talk Zendaya. Every time she steps out, she reminds us what it means to reinvent classic fashion. This year, she wore a Louis Vuitton suit that gave old Hollywood glam a fresh twist. Clean, sharp tailoring paired with minimalist accessories. It's understated, but there's so much depth there. Zendaya's look says, I don't need to try too hard because I already have the power to captivate. Next up, Lewis Hamilton, a master on the racetrack and now a master of fashion. His look? A custom Grace Wales Bonner suit that screamed individuality. Every detail from the embroidered sash to the cowrie shells was a nod to his heritage, an artful blend of sportswear and high fashion. It wasn't just a suit, it was a statement about crossing boundaries and embracing where you come from while moving forward. Lewis showed us that fashion is about telling your own story with confidence. Then there's Bad Bunny, a cultural icon and a risk-taker in every sense. His custom Prada outfit was an exploration of his Puerto Rican roots, infused with high fashion. The raffia tie, a shout out to his heritage. The oversized mohair suit, bold yet elegant. This wasn't just an outfit, it was a canvas of expression, a reminder that fashion is deeply personal and political. Now let's talk about Damson Idris. The entrance alone was a masterclass in drama. Starting with that F1 suit, then revealing the full ensemble as he stepped out of an F1 car. What an entrance. This wasn't just fashion, it was a story. The reveal was cinematic and the outfit sleek, modern and sophisticated. Damson's look was a nod to his roots and an artistic expression of his upcoming role. This was fashion as performance art. Let's keep going with Doechii, a rising star in both music and fashion. This look was a statement about being bold, unapologetic and undeniably unique. It was streetwear meets avant-garde, a look that felt entirely new. Doechii's choice to mix unconventional fabrics and cuts wasn't just about standing out, it was about redefining what it means to be stylish in a space that's traditionally dominated by conformity. Next, we have A$AP Rocky. His look was a tribute to Harlem's history with a modern twist. The double-breasted parka, a nod to the past. The satin boxers peeking through? Totally A$AP. This was fashion at its finest, where heritage and innovation meet. Rocky didn't just wear a look, he wore a movement. Domingo showed us that simplicity is sometimes the loudest statement. His sharp, tailored suit made a quiet but undeniable statement. No flashy colors, no oversized accessories, just pure, unadulterated elegance. Coleman's outfit proved that you don't need to say much to be heard. Sometimes the most subtle choices have the most impact. Coco Jones was an absolute vision. Her gown was a perfect blend of classic Hollywood glamour and modern sensibility. The soft silhouette, the delicate details, everything about this look was designed to make her shine without overcomplicating things. Coco showed us that elegance doesn't need to shout to be seen, it speaks in whispers. Let's talk Zoe Saldana. She brought effortless chic to the Met Gala with a look that was both structured and soft. The tailoring was impeccable, but it was the subtle details, like the delicate floral accents, that really set this look apart. Zoe reminded us that true style is about balance, boldness and softness, structure and flow. Then there's Lupita Nyongo, a vision in her gown. The deep, rich hue and intricate detailing spoke volumes. Lupita's look was a celebration of femininity, strength, and grace, all in one. Lupita's outfit was a perfect marriage of color, texture, and artistry, a true masterpiece of design. Mona Patel was the definition of understated elegance. The minimalist lines, the subtle details, it all added up to a look that was quietly commanding. Sometimes less is more, and Mona proved that with a look that was both sophisticated and timeless. Janelle Monet proved yet again that she's a fashion trailblazer. Her avant-garde look blended art and fashion in a way that was almost surreal. The contrast of bold shapes and textures created a look that was daring yet refined. Janelle's outfit was not just about fashion. It was about making a statement on what fashion can do. Finally, Dwayne Wade brought athletic elegance to the Met Gala. His tailored suit was a masterclass in confidence. The perfect balance between sharp tailoring and relaxed fit. Dwayne showed us that style isn't just about what you wear, it's about how you wear it. Each of these icons told us something about who they are, not just with their words, but with their fashion. And that's what the 2025 Met Gala was all about. Authenticity, individuality, and boldness. Fashion isn't just about trends, it's about creating your own narrative. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at GTWJMag and for all the latest fashion insights. Because here at GTWJ, fashion isn't just skin deep, it's where style meets story. Fashion isn't just about the clothes we wear, it's a reflection of how we perceive ourselves and how we want the world to perceive us. The Met Gala, in its purest form, is a live canvas where fashion speaks louder than words. It's a playground for cultural narratives, and every single look, down to the smallest detail, tells a story. But the real power of these outfits lies not just in their aesthetics, but in how they play with psychology and influence the trends that we'll see in the coming months, even years. Let's take a moment to analyze how these iconic Met Gala looks go beyond the surface. Because when you really break it down, fashion is a carefully crafted message, a complex combination of intention, heritage, and even rebellion. Take Rihanna's look. At first glance, it might seem like just another bold Marc Jacobs design, but there's so much more at play here. The oversized silhouette speaks to power dynamics, while the sharp, structured lines suggest control and confidence. This isn't just a woman wearing a suit, it's a woman redefining the boundaries of femininity and power. The use of color, specifically the rich dark tones, signals sophistication, while the exaggerated fit challenges conventional norms of what a woman should wear. It's an act of reclaiming space. This is more than fashion. It's a psychological statement that tells the world I am in control of my narrative and I'm doing it on my own terms. Now, when we look at Zendaya, her outfit is a perfect example of the duality of fashion. At its core, her Louis Vuitton suit is an exploration of how clothing can shape identity. The clean, sharp tailoring is a nod to her youthful spirit and elegance, while the lack of excessive embellishment speaks to a growing desire for authenticity in an era where everything feels manufactured. The psychology behind this look is grounded in minimalism. Zendaya is choosing to let her presence speak for itself. This is the future of fashion. Understated power that doesn't shout but commands attention with quiet confidence. It's a reflection of how we as a society are slowly rejecting the oversaturation of glam and embracing a more refined, curated elegance. Lewis Hamilton's look brings a new dimension to the conversation about blending heritage with modernity. The embroidered sash and cowrie shells are an homage to his heritage. But what's fascinating about this look is how it plays with the intersection of sports culture and high fashion. In a world where we increasingly see crossover between industries, music, sports, and fashion, Lewis's look demonstrates the psychology behind what it means to create an identity that is multifaceted. The fabric choices speak to nostalgia, while the construction of the suit is a nod to forward thinking. This is an intentional reflection of the globalized world we live in, where one's identity isn't confined to one single label. It's fluid, and it's reflected in the way we dress. Bad Bunny's look? A game changer in the most literal sense. His outfit was an act of cultural rebellion, blending fashion and politics. The oversized mohair suit, mixed with the raffia tie, calls attention to his Puerto Rican roots. But it also comments on the complexities of identity in the modern world. It's fashion that simultaneously embraces and challenges traditional masculinity. The psychology here is deeply rooted in cultural pride, but also a defiant rejection of the rules that fashion has long adhered to. What Bad Bunny is doing here is what we're likely to see more of in the coming seasons, an explosion of gender-fluid fashion that plays with masculinity, femininity, and everything in between. Damson Idris's entrance with the F1 car was a moment of pure performance art. The reveal wasn't just for dramatic effect, it was a calculated commentary on the way the fashion world values spectacle. This move plays into the psychology of performance, where fashion becomes an extension of the narrative. The F1 suit wasn't just a costume, it was a metaphor for speed, innovation, and breaking through boundaries. Damson's look is about more than just fashion. It's about using the event as a platform to tell a deeper story, one that involves the intersection of entertainment, fashion, and cultural commentary. This is the future of fashion, immersive, narrative-driven, and designed to provoke thought beyond the superficial. ASAP Rocky's look, with its deep ties to Harlem's cultural legacy, is a masterclass in how fashion can be a tool for cultural storytelling. The psychology here is about pride and history. By mixing streetwear elements with a tailored fit, Rocky blends two distinct worlds. The look speaks to the fluidity of cultural identity, and this speaks to a bigger trend we're likely to see in upcoming collections, a fusion of high and low, where street culture and luxury are no longer distinct but interconnected. Rocky's look is about showing the world that fashion is never just about what's trending, it's about telling a story that reflects where we come from and how we move forward. What about Doechii? Her look is a bold statement of defiance, embracing streetwear while playing with unconventional silhouettes. What Doechii is doing here is flipping the script on what's expected from an emerging artist. This look is about embracing authenticity in a world that often expects conformity. The psychology of her fashion is about disruption, challenging the norm and creating new rules as she goes. This look is a precursor to the trend we'll see in the next wave of fashion, a rebellious redefinition of style, where rules are meant to be bent and broken. It's about feeling free enough to wear exactly what you want without worrying about fitting into pre-existing molds. Each of these looks, while individually powerful, speaks to an overarching trend that we're going to see more of in the near future, a shift from consumer-driven fashion to a more introspective, personal style. The 2025 Met Gala looks didn't just speak to beauty, they spoke to identity. The psychology behind fashion is evolving. It's no longer just about wearing something because it's on trend or because it's what we're told is beautiful. Fashion is becoming an expression of who we truly are, down to the core. And as we move forward into upcoming seasons, we're likely to see more designers, celebrities, and everyday people embracing fashion as a form of self-expression that goes beyond the superficial. What makes the 2025 Met Gala so pivotal is that it was a reflection of our collective cultural shift. Fashion has become about more than just the clothes. It's about what those clothes say about us. This year, the Met Gala was a window into the future of fashion, one that's less about trends and more about telling a deeply personal story through clothing. As we look ahead, keep your eyes open for the rise of fashion that challenges not only trends, but perceptions. The next era will be defined by an exploration of self, of culture, and of the power of fashion as a form of expression. So don't just follow trends, create your own. Want more deep dives like this? Be sure to follow us on Instagram at GTW for all the latest fashion insights. Because here at GTWJ, fashion isn't just skin deep, it's where style meets story. Stay stylish, stay sharp.